Hello everybody, it's LeeLawlerHD and we're here for a special video. Look who's with me. I
am Gavin, the Mackham of the group.
Oh, we've got a dirty person here with us today, fellas.
I don't know.
Right, we're basically here to discuss the biggest game of the region, which is Sunderland against Newcastle. We're both here to discuss the options. I think we're going to run through a few questions from each side. And it's just a preview. I look forward to it. We'll also be doing the review after the game as well. So make sure you stay tuned over the weekend. All right. Okay, then. I've got some questions to fire at you. The real G. Are you ready for these?
I'm ready as I'll ever be.
Right. Sunday. What's going to happen on Sunday?
Well, I'd love to say a win, but with how bad Sunderland have been playing and Newcastle just coming off the back of an excellent win against Norwich, I can probably either see it going Newcastle's way or being a draw. But I do want the win because we need it.
You need it more than us?
I'd probably say so at the moment. Yous have got the points at the moment. We don't.
That's the thing. That's the thing. At the minute, we could actually suffer. Not that I wanted to suffer defeat, though. We could suffer defeat and still be above you in the table on goal difference.
On goal difference, yeah.
Which I don't want, of course. We are desperately due a win. Because at some point, your run of that 5 in a row, it's got to stop at some point. And hopefully, God's sake, I'm praying it's Sunday. I really am.
I hope it's not. I really hope not.
I'm more optimistic going into this derby than I have the last couple. I think it's just because of the early signs that Newcastle against City and Chelsea were brilliant first half. But last week, we absolutely destroyed Norwich, and that's given me full confidence. I mean, I had a smile at on the time.
Yeah.
And seeing you get beat 1-0, that was quite funny. Even though you shouldn't have got beat, to be fair, that was a foul.
The first half, we absolutely dominated West Brom. So just the second half, we came out, just no determination, no passion for the game whatsoever. That's what let us down in the second half.
Yeah. So what do you think about Big Sam then? What's he going to do?
He's going to do what he did at West Ham and play the long ball, but that's kind of the bad option with Defoe being only like 4 foot tall.
Wasn't Abacat playing him out wide?
He was actually. Yeah, he was playing him a bit left back as well. But hopefully with the Big Sam, hopefully Defoe can play a bit more of the direct route with a bit of like Lenz or Barini on the wings, get a bit of pace on the wings, and then Defoe can just play like there just behind the defence. So hopefully that'll be what happens. But we just need a prolific goal scorer at the moment. Defoe, he's good. He was good in his heyday, but now he's kind of just slipped off.
Because Alio Mackhams was shouting on, "Oh, we've got Defoe!" Ooh.
Yeah,
and all of this. And don't get me wrong, he scored a worldie past us last season.
Yeah.
But the long ball game, obviously, when Sam was at St James's Park, he got sacked for it.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you're going to enjoy that or not. We hated it. I mean, he got sacked when we were mid-table. I mean, we would rather get beat. We'd rather go down 4-3 than win ugly 1-0. I know. I know your results are totally. Both clubs are desperately leading points at the minute, but I wouldn't like it, to be fair. No, I wouldn't like the long ball. I would hate to go back out. I mean, he's been criticised before. I think he'll do well for you. Don't get us wrong. I think you've got more chance of staying up with Allardyce in charge rather than the Fat Dick, to be fair.
Yeah.
I think you've definitely got more chances. Will you stay up? A part of me wants to say I want you to Gandoon. A part of me says no because we want the derby. So do you think both clubs will stay up?
I reckon Newcastle will. I don't think Sunderland will.
Honestly?
I don't think Sunderland will.
You really think that about your own club?
Yeah. A little bit of me as well kind of wants us to go down, and then it's going to be a bit of a reality shock to the players to know like what they're doing to the club. They're just sending us down and down. Yeah,
that done us the world of a favour. You know, we went down about 4.5 years ago.
Yeah.
Actually done us the world of good. We've got all of the legs of Owen out the doors, Oberfem Martins, Viduka, all the big wages.
Yeah.
And kept basically the backup team and we came straight up with it. So it could be the you don't want to go down, of course, now, but I can see where you're coming from. Definitely. So are you worried going into the game, or are you quite optimistic about it?
I'm very, very nervous because I know Newcastle's going to have a bit more confidence and a bit more momentum coming off the win, whereas we're going to be a bit down in the dumps coming from a loss from a game that we should have got a couple of points out of. But hopefully the derby's going to just feist up the players and have a good old game.
It's not often like normally you are quite more positive going into the derbies. Is it just because of the fact of Newcastle's win, or is it because of the fact you've been so poorly?
I'd probably just say like it's the whole like build up of the atmosphere and everything that gets the players a bit roused up. Because the players that we've got at the moment, a good half of them have been in the derbies before, like Barini, Defoe, them type of players, and they know what it's like to play in a derby. So I guess them giving the new lads a bit of like insight into the game probably boost them up a little bit more, rather than like someone who's never played in the derby before going straight into it, not knowing what's going to happen. So yeah, I think it's just going to be the whole like player build up type thing. The atmosphere is just going to round up the crowd and the players, and hopefully with that energy from the crowd, it'll go into the players and we'll get something out of it. But
have you got any actually local Mackhams who are going to tell you, like the foreigners, this is what it means, this is the derby, we need to win this game? Got anybody?
Most of the academy is just like the Sunderland lads. Most of our first team are like from abroad and from like different parts of the country, not knowing like what the derby means to us. So,
well, there is one player. It's because you know I'm going to come on to now, don't you? There is one player who's been on both sides of Sunderland and Newcastle. Jack Colback is returning to I was going to say St. James, it's not, the Stadium of Light. What do you think the crowd are going to react to that?
Well, he's certainly not going to get the best of responses, put it that way. We can tell that from St. James's last year.
Definitely. Do you think Lee Catmull is going to be chopping Yorkshire Terrier ankles?
Well, over the past like couple of seasons, he's sort of calmed himself down a little bit on his aggression side. But I can probably tell like when the derby comes around, you'll get that bit of passion back in, and you'll see a good few tackles going from him. Hopefully, no red cards though. That's the hope.
Because there's been quite a few red cards the last few seasons. I don't want to see red cards. I think it'll be a nice game to watch, because it never is. It's quite scrappy. There's a lot of... I mean, after the game, I hope there's no daft idiots about. Fingers crossed. Yeah. In an ideal world, I think what the police would want is a draw. But then both fans will be, well, I wouldn't say happy, but they'll be like content with it. I mean, if I'm being honest with you, if you took a draw right now, I'll take it. I think that's just because of the rot that we're in against us. We are shocking when it comes up. But I'm definitely more optimistic going in. I think with the callback thing, I think that spices it up a little bit more, doesn't it? Definitely is. And Lee Catmull, that'll be a nice clash. Don't get me wrong, I don't rate Catmull. I think he's a rugby player more than a footballer. He's awful. He's absolutely awful. Which leads me on to players to watch out for. I'll ask you who the Newcastle players are to watch out for.
Well, I'd probably say there's about 2 or 3 to look out for. One going to be Wijnaldum, because he was just an absolute machine against Norwich. The next player is going to be Mitrovic, because he's just a tank up front. So our defenders need to watch out for him. And the last one's going to be Perez, because he's a little speedster, a little trickster. So with our defense being like 60 years old, they're just not going to be able to contend with the likes of Mitrovic and Perez up front.
You think is it going? Sam's going to have a word in like John O'Shea's ear. Look, get at Mitrovic, wind him up.
Probably is actually, because if they can actually wind him up and get a reaction from him, maybe the players might sort of act out a bit and then hopefully try and get the Mitrovic sent off, sort of like a Diego Costa type thing. But I don't think like John O'Shea is that kind of person who would kind of wind someone up. Whereas I think the likes of Mvia or someone like that will probably be the person who will end up winding, or Catmull as well will be the players who will end up winding the Newcastle players up.
I hope not, because that's my slight worry if Mitrovic gets wound up. I mean, he's calmed down since his daft red card against Arsenal, but fingers crossed from a Toons perspective, he doesn't go a little bit over the top. Players to watch out for yous. I would say there's 2. There's Fletcher, because he's playing the long ball. Codicini's absolutely shocking in the air. He's awful. Absolutely awful. But I think Fletcher, he scored against us last time, didn't he? Not the one that win, but the one before. I think Fletcher, and then if the pedo players, Adam Johnson, he's got a knack of scoring against us.
Oh, yeah. The Mackham Slayer.
Yeah. He's got a couple against us, so if he does start, think he's going to start though?
Probably not. I think it's going to be Lenz and Barini that are going to be on the wings. So I think Johnson might come on in the second half sometime.
Yeah, that's good for us. He seems to score against us. So, where will he be watching the game?
Well, I'm currently at university in Leeds, so I'm probably just going to end up streaming the game from home. What about you?
Unfortunately, I'm stuck at work. So, but I have got the TV in front of me, so I'll be come on, all of that in the corner. So it's funny enough though, because it's next door to St James Park where I work as well, which is a bit of a nightmare because I see all the fans coming and going. So that would be interesting enough. Where will you be, and what would happen if you got beat?
I'll probably just go in a corner and cry. That'd probably be my first thing. But I don't know. I'd probably just give up on life if we lose, because we need a win so desperately. We've got 9 games in now, and we've got like 3 points, which is it's relegation form. So just any points. I'll be happy with a draw if it comes to it, but 3 points would be the best.
God, you don't sound positive, mind. We've got all these Mackhams that might be watching this video and they think, that way, son. But I think if Newcastle were to get beat, I mean, you can imagine the torture that we'll have, especially with things like going to work, and City will be dead quiet.
Yeah.
Can imagine getting beat 6 in a row, man. You have our life on the banter pages on Facebook and everything. It's just, I cannot, man. It'll feel like a death. I know I'm going a little bit extreme, yeah, but on the other hand, if we win, could you imagine the monkey off the back? The City would just be lifted and buzzing. If it was to win, wow, I think I'll just run to be top off and work and swing it around and all sorts. I mean, we've got a few Mackhams at work as well, so that'll be interesting. Put it that way. I can't afford it, because if it goes a defeat, it'll go on till the next derby, which is next year. So I hope not. I hope not.
Well, my prediction, with the past few years, with the 3-0s, the 1-0s, the 2-1s, probably either go with a 1-1, or I think I'm going to be a little ambitious and go for another 3-0 to Sunderland. All right, guys, so that is the end of this preview of the derby coming on Sunday with LeeLawlerHD. So if you have enjoyed, a like rating would be very much appreciated. Check out his channel. It will be linked in the video description. But apart from that, we'll probably see you in the reviews. So we'll see you in the next video. Peace.